Hi friends, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan Abear, and today I'm calling this meditation, How Could You? I want to show you how two people who seem to be in disagreement are fundamentally agreeing. And this has happened to me enough times that I've caught on to it. And the reason why this is fresh on my mind is because it just happened to me last night at a gathering of some friends. Okay, so I have this job that I do out of pure joy. It's a little part-time job, and it involves some music. And I have come to the realization that I don't want to do it anymore. It's an innocent desire. And I shared it with some people who will be impacted by that decision. And the look on their face was confusion. Like, how could you do this? So they didn't understand. And my answer to them is, I don't know either. When it comes right down to it, when you want something and you take action on something, you are really aligning yourself with a resonance inside. So how could you? I don't know. So they don't know how you can, and you don't know how you can either. Agreement. The difference is, a spiritually minded person understands that things come up. And that's the nature of the universe, is that it is a spontaneous arising, like a hiccup. Choices come up, and you have to, that's why I call my spiritual practice my daily check-in. I check in with this deep insight, and I ask myself, what am I to do today? And sometimes it's nothing. So when I get an invitation from what appears like the outside, I always consult the inside. And I'm always checking in with myself. I'm my own oracle. I don't know how my actions differ from those people I impact. I don't know. So I'm no more aware of my actions than someone else is trying to understand why I would do anything. So this has happened to me a couple of times. Even other people, like my ex-husband cheated on me, flat out had an affair for several months. And I caught him. And we had this big knockdown, drag-out fight, and we finally started talking honestly with one another. And he asked me, how could I do that? And of course, in those days, I had an explanation. Because you're a lying, cheating son of a bitch. That was my explanation. I placed a label on it, when in fact, he did not know what he was doing. Now I get it, because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. How could I get on YouTube and share insights like that? How could you? My insights might differ from yours. How could you do that? I don't know. You see. So fundamentally, nobody knows what they're doing. And we're all marching to the beat of our own drummer. And that inner drummer seems to be in conflict with another inner drummer. What are we supposed to do about that? I say keep listening to that inner drummer, because you know what it's going to do? It's going to lead you away from the crowd. It's going to give you the justifiable reason to leave a relationship. You might wake up one day and say, I no longer want to be in this relationship. And yeah, your partner's going to be, how could you do this to me? And blah, blah, blah. They don't get it. They don't understand that you don't know either. You just woke up and decided, I don't want to be here anymore. So when you tell somebody, I don't want to, that should be innocent. That should be clear-cut. And that should be all the reason there is. I don't want to. Is that not reason enough? Or do you need me to explain why I want to? Well, why I want to, I have no earthly idea. I don't know. If I really examine my actions, I don't know why those actions come up in me. Are those addictions or compulsions, or sometimes lies? Just, I don't know. So there you have it. You are not betraying anybody. When you decide to do something that might take you away from someone. You're not being selfish at all, because you don't know the difference between a selfless act and a selfish act, or any act. It just comes up. What does that Chinese philosopher say? I drop fart when I drop fart. I don't know when I drop fart. How could you fart like that? I don't know. How do I know? How could I be born on February 5th, 1975? How could I do this? Damn me. You see? You see, it's just as innocent. So being born is an innocent phenomenon. And existence is an innocent phenomenon. And action is an innocent phenomenon. We don't know what leads people to do things. As if your justification for doing something is more just than my justification for doing things. Come on, folks. That's what compassion is. Allowing the individual people to do what they do, and then the so-called environment seems to do things too. A hurricane comes up. How could you? Some neighbors being friendly. How could you mess up my video like that? Damn you. They don't know. And I didn't know they were going to be there. Just comes up. And not everything comes up roses, I guess. Sometimes weeds come up, or sometimes nothing comes up. So I want you to do your daily check-in. Do your check-in all the time. Your constant check-in. Whoops. Constant check-in. Check-in, 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 check-in. And you realize your actions are just out of your control, because there's no you to control. There's no you controlling anything. It just feels that way. It's the universe using itself in a manifested form to act, to create. And it seems to be at odds with itself. But everybody is doing what they're prompted to do. And it's remarkably complex and jaw-dropping, and makes you're in reverence for it. Okay, friends, how could you? The answer is I have no idea. At least from my perspective. But the ego loves to depend on other people, you see. We think we're dependent upon other people. That's why it kind of feels like a betrayal when somebody leaves you. That's why death feels like a loss, because you think you've depended upon them. But you haven't. Everybody is relying on this prompt that leads you to do all sorts of things. And that's the oneness that makes everybody do this in seeming conflict with one another. All right, my name is Ryan Hebert. I hope you enjoyed today's meditation. If you enjoy the way I think, and you enjoy listening to my insights, you might enjoy my daily writing, little 30-second essays that I write every single day. It's called mymorningmotivator.com. It would be awesome if you could check that out. And I appreciate your time today.